Welcome back. A beloved classic is coming back to Central Kentucky here on the stage, and you won't want to miss it with your family. Here to tell us about the Ragged Edge upcoming performance of A Christmas Carol, we have Alan Barlow here, the actor and managing director. So thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure, Katie.
Tell us a little bit about the performance.
This is the 6th year that I've done my, my one-man show of A Christmas Carol. Brought it to the Ragged Edge Theater 6 years ago. I was shopping it around, and the managing director at that point nabbed it and thought it would be a great fundraiser for the theater. And at the time I lived in Seattle, Washington. I'd started my professional career in Harrodsburg, performing in the historical outdoor drama that used to run every summer there, The Legend of Daniel Boone. And so 30-some years later, I was back in Harrodsburg working as an actor again, and just fell into orbit around the theater, and now I'm the managing director myself. And we're continuing the tradition. This is the 6th year that I will have done A Christmas Carol at the Ragged Edge. All
right, and how many characters?
There are, counted them up.
Okay.
I said, how many voices are there? Of all of the characters in Dickens' novel, I picked my 24 favorite novels. So an even 24 characters, including Scrooge.
And you're playing all 24 characters.
All 24 characters.
How do you navigate this?
You know, that was the after I got the thing memorized, which I thought was going to be the big hurdle. Then I realized after I got the whole thing crammed into my head, I stood up and thought, okay, well, how am I going to present this in front of an audience? Okay, that was the big challenge: how to differentiate and make sure that the audience understood that, okay, now a different person is talking. Changing focus, really imagining in my own head having a very clear picture of a room, and if there is another character who's about to speak, talking to that person, changing my focus, changing my body posture, whatever, and just making sure that I keep the focus of each character separate and distinct and sharp. So.
Can you touch on the experience as an audience member? If you've never been to a one-man show, what should you expect?
Well, it's a night in the theater like any other, and this is the way Charles Dickens, after he'd written this book, he was extremely popular as a performer as well as a novelist, and he would do dramatic interpretations of his novels, and Christmas Carol was his most popular. And he would go out and do the same thing that I and Patrick Stewart and any number of actors who've fallen in love with the story have done, and just it's amplified storytelling. I mean, who doesn't like to, go into at Christmas time, hear a wonderful Christmas story being told, but it's being told in 24 different voices by one person.
That's great. Okay, well, tell us when are the performances and how much are tickets?
Okay. Performances are at the Ragged Edge Community Theater at 111 South Main Street in Harrodsburg. They are Friday night, December 4th at 8 o'clock, and Sunday afternoon, December 5th at 3 o'clock. And they're $10, general admission, or adult price, $9 for seniors, $8 for kids, reserved seating. You can visit the Ragged Theater's website or call the theater for tickets.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. Sounds like a great performance.
Welcome. It's my pleasure,
I know a lot of people are excited about that. Well, stick with us. Next, it's the prime time to be getting those gifts for your loved ones as we approach the holiday season. So we have a guest coming up next that will bring all those Kentucky goods to your home under one roof.